The Battle of the Bluegrass Series returns to Kentucky with more work stock trucks, more Pro Farm tractors. So which ones do you like, kid, huh?
I love tractors.
What is pulling? It's the only motorsport measured in inches. Pulling involves tractors and trucks hitched to a special sled with a moving weight box. The goal is to haul the sled as far as possible before the shifting weight pulls it to a stop. The longest pull wins.
We're back on Kentucky soil here in Owensboro for the Moon Pie Summer National presented by Faygo Soda. Many of the region's agricultural products were on display at the Davis County Fairgrounds, but most people are here to see this edition of the Battle of the Bluegrass Pulling Series, which features a double track for twice the pulling competition. Now, later this evening, we'll see work stock trucks, but right now, it's going to be Pro Farm tractors with a unique variation. Here's Tom McConnell.
Here at the Moon Pie Summer Nationals in Owensboro, Kentucky, the Howes Loop Battle of the Bluegrass has a great special event going on. It's the Skinny Tire Nationals. Now, this is going to be a shootout between two categories, the Indiana drivers versus the Kentucky drivers. A little bit of different rules. We're going to have two classes. The winner of each class will come back to declare a skinny tire champion. And what do we mean by skinny tires? Well, a lot of the classes in the Howes Loop Battle of the Bluegrass, they run 24-inch wide tires or the big 30-inch wide tires. But in the Pro Farm category, it's a skinny tire class, 20 inches wide, keeps it a little closer to looking like a farm tractor, but the deal is, with these tires, this engine producing 1,200 horsepower, these little skinny tires, they're going to be spinning them well in excess of 100 miles an hour. Things get wild. It's going to be great. Let's go to the track and see who wins. Kentucky versus Indiana next.
Thank you very much, Tom McConnell. He'll be joining me in the booth in just a minute. Larry Leslie will be up next. He calls his International Harvester the Thunder.
Former winner here in Owensboro, Kentucky. Never, ever count Larry Leslie out. Now, this is the Kentucky category. Larry laying down a good run, 284.16, but Teddy turns that run down.
The first puller always has that option. Here's Kathy.
A little polling 101. Something to think about. Hitch height. The rule is 20 inches, no more than that. Everybody has to follow that, and they measure them when they go over the scales before they go out and make a poll. But you see, there are adjustments here. There would be times that they might want to go lower than 20 inches. That would be a really good track, and they don't have quite enough weight on the front, so they'll make some adjustments in the back, try to teeter it out, and pull it on down.
Okay, Kathy, our next puller will be Byron Ambergy. He calls it bad for business. Now, why is that?
Well, he owns a tractor dealership, and when you spend more money on your pulling tractor than your dealership, maybe it's bad for business. Byron, multiple-time winner on the Howes Loop Battle of the Bluegrass category in this Pro Farm, and he sets the mark to beat 284.06. That's a brand new ride.
284, how do you feel about that one? How is the track?
Track is really good. Got a new tractor with a new chassis. Hadn't really figured the weights out. Got a little high about mid-track. Probably I should have a few more weights up front, but other than that, it's good. Pretty good hook.
Here comes Johnny Time. Why, it's John Horsley, of course.
Another strong Kentucky guy. And kind of like Byron, who's been pulling for years, John, not as many years on the track, but a brand new ride this year. He's laying down a good run, Ted. You can see these skinny tire guys get all over the track. 273, though, won't get the job done.
Polling 101. You ever wonder about the tires that are on these tractors? Notice they're all cut down. These are very, very special tires. Now, they didn't come from the factory this way. These folks have spent a lot of money getting all of the lugs cut off, certain depth. Hey, it's all about getting that proper amount of traction. And how about $10,000 for a brand new set? Oh, you want to save some money? Oh, you can get a used set for about $8,000. So how many do you want to buy?
Don't believe I'll be doing that, Kathy Fisher. Something a lot of people didn't realize how much they spend on these tires as we take a look right here at Pete Baxter.
Well, Pete driving the tractor for Gary Spiegel, your 2012 Howes Loop Battle of the Bluegrass champion. Of course, Pete Baxter, many-time winner on the Howes Loop series, but he's going to come up short. Byron Ambergy holding on to the lead. We're down to 2 tractors left. Justin LaFollette, former winner here in Owensboro, your defending points champion in the Pro Farm category. Strong run, but you saw him just hit the brake there at the end to keep it in bounds. That cost him distance.
Yeah, 263 feet. Now here comes Larry Leslie. Remember, he turned down 284.16, which would be the lead right now over Byron. He turned that down. He thought he could do better. Can he?
If he can do better, then he's beat him twice, but not gonna happen, no. Byron Ambergy will pick up the victory for the Kentucky Pro Farms.
Larry Leslie made a mistake. Let's take a look at our Howes Lube replay right now as you watch him running right into your living room. Kathy's waiting on top end.
All right, looks like it was one to drive you around just a little bit out there. Were you having a problem picking your point on the track?
Yeah, I did that time. We turned a pretty good hook down the first time and didn't back it up.
So here's the way they finished up. Byron Ambergy won it with 284.06 feet after Larry Leslie turned down the first pole. We'll be back after this. Continuing our coverage of the Battle of the Bluegrass Pulling Series, the Moon Pie Summer Nationals is being brought to you by Moon Pie, the original marshmallow sandwich. And by Faygo Soda, the original party pop. And by Howes Lube, professional grade performance since 1920. And by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology. Ready to go to the 9,500-pound Pro Farm category. Our first puller with Game On at Case International will be Adam Cam.
Well, this will be the Indiana Pro Farm shootout. Adam Cam, tough driver. Now watch the front end. Oh, yeah, he usually gets the front end up high and strong at the beginning. He calls it Game On. And I'll tell you what, this Indiana guy knows what he's doing.
Impressive number, 297 feet. Let's go to Kathy.
Pulling 101. Lots of safety features go into a tractor like this or all of the other pulling vehicles that we're seeing. We're going to start off right here. You don't want that turbo to let loose, but if it does, we have cross bolts in there. It's going to keep those parts from being able to fly out. Next thing we're going to see this cable. Now, you would think, why isn't it where it is? Well, that's because if this head comes off, it's going to pull it forward and away from the driver. Transmission blanket. They also have steel flywheel, and this tractor, it didn't come from the factory with that roll cage. Custom roll cage. You have your seat, you have your 5-point harness, and the driver very well protected with an SFI fire suit, pants and jacket, gloves, neck collar, and a helmet. It's all about keeping safe while you're having fun.
All right, Kathy Fisher, thank you very much. Here comes Tyler Alpers, just blowing cash.
Very interesting tractor here. You don't see a lot of Owensboro on the track anymore. This is a gorgeous machine, a 220 AC. These things, Ted, came out of the factory weighing like 15,000 pounds. Puts it on a diet to weigh in at 95. The Orange fans love this thing. A very nostalgic tractor, but it's got all the modern technologies in it. Does he take over the lead? Yes!
310 feet, good straight pull, kept the front end down. Let's look at it one more time with our Howes Lube replay as you see him go wide open with the throttle.
Yeah, that right hand's the throttle hand, gets her up in the air. This Orange AC is flying, Ted. Look at him.
Here's Kathy.
It looked like it was trying to drive you out of bounds.
Yeah, it went right. I hit the brakes a little bit to keep it in, but I tapped him and it kept going straight, so can't complain.
Do you think that the run's going to hold?
I don't know. Last tractor in our class, he runs pretty good, so I hope.
Boy, I don't know. Here comes things going green. John Deere, folks, the getaway deer.
Kenny Maysbury, strong running John Deere. Not a lot of deers in this class, but the ones that are here are strong. Lifts up, he's got a good run going. Saw little sparks coming out of the flywheel area. Doing the bouncing, may not have the clutch adjusted just right. The John Deere's gonna come up way behind the Allis-Chalmers.
Well, let's take a look one more time. Oh, yeah, you can see him going down and up, back and forth. That was part of the problem. He finally just had to shut it down. Here's Kathy.
Man, it was really bouncing around a lot on you.
Yes, I know it was. It got off to a bad start right at the beginning.
How much does that take off of your run when it's bouncing that hard?
It takes off a bunch. It usually loses about 20 feet on a deal like that.
Here comes Charles Kirshner, the Never Enough, another John Deere.
He is the last one in the class, Ted. Gorgeous machine, launching hard. Look at him. He has got it dialed in perfect. Can he beat the Allis-Chalmers? The John Deere fans are going nuts. He does it.
313 feet. This is the one Tyler Alpers was worried about. Kathy Fisher is there.
That was a great pull.
Well, thank you. I mean, it felt good all the way through. So.
Yeah, it wasn't really moving around a lot on you. I mean, I was a little concerned right to start with how high your front end was up, but it leveled out on you.
Yeah, well, thank you. I mean, it seemed to work out. The old saying is a blind hog can find an unicorn once in a while.
Yes, indeed he can. Congratulations to Charles, who picked up the win for his category, the 9,500-pound Pro Farm class. We'll take a break. Back after this. Welcome back to Owensboro, Kentucky, as we continue our coverage of the Battle of Bluegrass Pulling Series. Kathy Fisher tells us about another kind of pull here.
We are starting them young. I mean, why not? You know, there's junior dragsters, there's all kinds of cars for young ones to get started in motorsports. So why not when it comes to polling? And what a great setup you have here at the county fair.
Well, absolutely. You know, the kids are great. We love starting them off young, getting them used to the pulling. We start off with 3-year-olds and work our way up to 12-year-olds. We've been doing it now for 5 years. Very enjoyable.
Well, Moon Pie is a big part of our poll that we have going on here at the county fair. They're also a part of this poll, too. And, hey, not adding too much weight in there, though.
No, I tell you what, the kids better snatch them up before I get a hold of them because they're absolutely delicious. Absolutely love them.
Well, you know, there's a lot of prep that goes on the track out there. Did you have to do anything special for here?
Oh, just sweep some rocks off. We're ready to go. You know, we'll be pulling anywhere from 80 pounds up to 700 pounds tonight, depending on the kid child.
All right, well, I'm ready to see this thing rock and roll. Let's go. And a full pull.
Pretty slick right there. They've even got the moving weight on that sled. But let's get back to work stock right here. Philip Irvin, he calls it pretty in pink.
He is your defending Howes Lube champion in this class. He has won here in Owensboro before. Throwing the dirt. That growling Duramax is going good, Ted.
Look at that dually digging in back there. The tires hanging outside the fender wells. 298.80 feet. Kathy Fisher is on top end. She'll check out what he thinks.
Tell us about your 298.
It was a pretty good run. Hooked up pretty good. Spun out at the end, so it was a pretty good run.
Boy, he's really enthusiastic, huh? Our next hook will be Cody Hardesty. He calls it bad for business. This one is a Cummins diesel-powered machine.
Oh, yeah, and Cody Hardesty, currently #1 in Howes Lube point standings in this work stock category, comes to us out of Louisville, Kentucky. Ted, he is flying, and he has just taken over the lead. The Dodge fans are loving it.
Broke over that 300-foot mark, 304 feet. Here's Kathy, who will find out why he's being towed off. He must have broke something.
Cody Hardesty, new leader, but I'm seeing you're getting towed off.
Yeah, it just fuel locked at the end. The battery's too low, so nothing broken. It's all good.
Here comes Mac Cottrell, the cantankerous. Looks like a little primer there with the white bed. Doesn't care how it looks, just so it's got plenty of power and pulse, Tom McConnell.
That's what he's tried to do. He's put all the money into the truck, not into the paint, to say the least. But Ted, he is flying here. He might be getting there with Cody Hardesty. Yes, he has taken over the lead.
304.63 feet, barely. It's the sport of inches.
New leader, just by a tiny bit, but that's all it takes.
Yeah, for now, anyways.
You don't think it's going to hold?
I don't know, there's some tough trucks to come.
And here is the truck that's yet to come, but we're going to take a little break after Kathy tells us this special report about moon pies.
Moon pie is a big part of Battle of the Bluegrass. And, you know, who doesn't love moon pies? Well, let me tell you something. I know these guys and gals love moon pies. Check out these special limited edition boxes that Moon Pie has put out. This right here, #1 in points. Here's another points leader in his class as well. All different boxes saluting all of these great drivers in all of their classes. Wouldn't it be kind of cool to polish off one of these boxes with one of these special pictures on here? You gotta come to one of the Battle of the Bluegrass events to find them. And you wanna know where the events are gonna be next? All you have to do is check out their website.
We'll be back with more after this. This coverage of the Moon Pie Summer Nationals, a part of the Battle of the Bluegrass Pulling Series, is being brought to you by Moon Pie, the original marshmallow sandwich. And by Bubba Burger. You'll never bite a burger better than a Bubba. And by Howes Lube, professional grade performance since 1920. And by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology. Those Bubba Burgers look good right there. From the Davis County Fairgrounds in Owensboro, Kentucky, our double track. Here comes his dream, her nightmare. This is Thomas Carmichael in the work stock continuation of that class.
Oh, this guy smokes the place up. Look at it. It looks like a freight train going down the track, Ted. He is laying down an awesome run. He's got to beat 304. He does it. He's your new leader.
307 feet, that is exactly what Mac Cottrell was concerned about. Let's go on board with him right now as we go over 300 feet down this course in Owensboro, Kentucky.
Thomas, it just keeps getting more and more crazy out there. New leader, that looked like a really good pull.
Yeah, it was one of the strongest passes I've made in a long time. I won here last night, and I hope to do it again tonight.
Well, he's got the lead for right now, but Austin Folks would like to change all of that.
Austin Folks, 16 years old, started pulling when he was 14. Doesn't even have a driver's license, Ted. He's got a permit, but hey, he's legal to run on the track, and that is what he's doing. This Dodge is flying, Ted. He may have more ground speed than anybody else in this class.
He runs out of traction, bogs down at 306 feet. Kathy Fisher has a little bit more for us.
A little polling 101. What you see here would be digital scales. Now, this is a little bit different than other forms of motorsports. When the guys and gals come up and get weighed before they go out and poll, we are looking to make sure that they don't weigh any more than. It's a maximum weight. Say it's 6,000 pounds. That would be the name of their class. They can't weigh any more than that because weight is an advantage in polling.
All right, Kathy Fisher, that is different. You know, in most motorsports, the idea is to try and get lighter. Here it's to try and get heavier. Here comes Austin White, bits and pieces.
Austin White, another one of those top competitors, has yet to pick up his first Howes Lube Battle of the Bluegrass win. And it's not going to happen tonight, Ted. A good run, but he's going to come out short.
Didn't even break the 300-foot mark, so we'll go to Ryan Kunkel. He calls it the Outlaw, another Dodge Cummins.
Oh, screaming it good off the starting line. Look at him throwing the dirt, and whoa, there goes $2,500 worth of turbocharger parts out the door.
He's broken, done for the evening. Kathy Fisher has more on the rules and the procedures used in tractor pulling.
Pulling 101. You ever wonder how they get such an accurate measurement and get it so quickly? Well, they use a laser system. And what they do is they've zeroed it out here, bouncing it off the back of the sled. So when the pull is over, they can hurry up, punch it in, bounce it off the back, and be accurate down to 1/10 of an inch. Hey, that's a lot better than going out and rolling the tape.
Yeah, that's the way they used to do it. Here comes Dale Freed and the spare parts.
And right off the starting line, brakes. This track is really hard on the parts tonight. Spare parts, aptly named for Dale Freed.
There is a lot of traction there. Here's our last puller, ladies and gentlemen. Rough and ready, Carl Fuchs.
Last chance for a Duramax to take over the lead. Thomas Carmichael hoping he can do what he did here last night, making it 2 back-to-back wins. The Chevy fans are cheering on Carl.
But this Chevy Duramax is on a good run. Oh, it runs out of traction. Looks like Thomas will be our winner. Our congratulations to Thomas, with Austin Folks finishing in second. 4 of them went over 300 feet. Now we have some special awards.
Our farm boy, farm girl brand hot run of the day, Charles Kirshner, the Never Enough John Deere. He was going to pull against the International from Kentucky. The International couldn't make the call, so he is declared the winner. The Fago Best Engineered Award going to Dexter LaFollette. The Red Rush, the Moon Pie Best Appearing Award. I love the name, Just Blowing Cash. Tyler Elpers taking that award for Moon Pie.
That'll be a wrap for this edition of the Battle Bluegrass Pulling Series. Ted Jones for Tom McConnell and Kathy Fisher. So long, everyone, from Owensboro, Kentucky.